Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing unboxing video. Today we have the Trident-Class assault ship. It is absolutely huge, looks amazing, and I'm really looking forward to unboxing this, see what we get in the pack, and just to see how cool this ship actually looks in comparison to other ships in the game. Now, I do want to put a massive shout out to Quinn, who has kindly let me borrow his copy of the Trident-Class assault ship so that I can actually do this unboxing for you. So thank you very much, Quinn. I will look after it and I'll make sure you get all of the pieces back. So I'm going to get it out of the box, we'll have a look at the ship, and then we can compare it to some of the other ships in the game. So here we go, guys. We have the Trident out of the box. First impressions, this is just so cool. I'm not going to lie. This is such a cool ship and I cannot wait to actually purchase my own. It's a lot bigger than I was expecting and it just looks so cool. The orange is showing very vibrant on the video. It's a bit more dull actually in person, but it is still really cool and it's definitely going to stand out on the tabletop there. And you can see all those windows across the center of the front of the hull there. You've got the drill in the back, and the thing that everyone was asking about most is the articulation. So if we look, this arm here does have a bit of wiggle to it, as does this one at the back here, so you can actually spread those out a little bit. Now this bottom one, as you can imagine, has no articulation, as that is actually the join point on the stand. Still fairly sturdy actually, a lot sturdier than I was expecting, and this top piece here also does not move. Now I have got a few other ships out for size comparison so we can see how this compares to other ships on the board. So I thought I'd start with the most appropriate ships to really truly gauge a size of something, and I have a Vulture, which as you can see is pretty tiny, and an Etta 2. Two ships really there to show off the actual size of this. And yes, I do feel the urge just to fly this along, but it gives you a bit of size compared to two of the smaller ships in the game. Now when we compare it to a large base ship, the Decimator, also we know the Decimator is a very large ship, but as you can see, it compares favourably. It's about twice the length of the Decimator, and it is only a little bit heavier as well. Obviously a lot of the mass is in this front section of the ship, but it is very large. And let's actually compare it to another huge ship of a similar size. So what I have here is the Gazanti for the Empire and First Order. So as you can see, they are a similar size there, not too indifferent. I mean, definitely the Trident is much longer than the Gazanti. I'd say it's going to be closer in length to the Raider, but still a very good looking ship. It's going to look amazing on the board, and we obviously know that it's got some crazy maneuvers that we've already had shown. We're going to go through the cards for this in just a moment, but that is a bit of a size comparison there for you. The ship itself is just amazing. It's just so finely detailed. I love the extra little windows there at the front and mirrored on the other side. Also in here with all the articulating arms, you do actually have some engine sort of lights there. And looking down the business end at the drill there. Now that is not a prospect you really want coming straight at you. Let's go with a bit of a sci-fi feel there. but it looks so cool, and it is an absolutely huge ship. So we'll just have a quick look at what else you get in the pack, and then we will move on to the cards after that. So, right, so for anyone that's previously purchased an epic ship, or huge ship as they call them, you'll know there's a few things you're going to get as standard. So you will get your acrylic maneuver template for the epic ship. You obviously get the new base for them, so that's very handy if you've only had one conversion kit and have two and you want that third one. Really good there. You do get a copy of the huge ship rulebook. Again, another handy tool available on the website, so you can actually download that. You have your range ruler, allowing you to go range 1 through 5. And you do actually get some... You also have a copy of your little book that you get with this, telling you everything that you actually get in the Trident. Also explains some of the new tokens that we'll go through in just a moment. And you also get the 2 new missions, so Leviathan Hunt, 1 to 4 players, so that's the one you can play solo. And also the Rising Tide head-to-head battle. And then you obviously get the list of the lucky people that have got to playtest this and design this. So thank you very much to everyone who's obviously worked on this. And let's have a quick look at the cardboard. And then it's on to those lovely cards. So, first things first, we have the template for it. So it's big. This is the Colicoid Destroyer variant. And on the back, you have the Lawless Pirates Scum variant. So this is a move at initiative 8, shoot at initiative 0, just like standard for most of your epic ships. Now, what we do have on there is the 3 tracking torpedoes, A, B, and C. You have your arc indicators. You have strain, deplete, ionization tokens, crit tokens. You have your bounty tokens. And here we have your dials. Let's get a nice close-up of those. We've already seen how crazy this dial is. A 1 white back and a 2 red back. And a 4K turn. I mean, a K turn on a huge ship, that is insane. So that's crazy. Obviously a whole wealth of tokens on there. You get your huge ship resource counter token there. And on the back are the numbers. Absolutely love that. It's so cool. You've got your target locks there for your tracking torpedoes. And you've got your dial markers there. And just a whole host of other tokens as well. And this one here, for those of you that are interested, is the Trident Aggression token. So this goes on the ship that the Trident is currently aggroed against when you're playing the solo mission. So that is the cardboard and main contents of the box, including the ship with a little size comparison. So what we're going to do now is going to go through the cards that you get in the pack and see what interesting things we have in there and what new mechanics we might be looking to see into the game. So there are quite a stack of cards for this, guys. I can imagine some of these are going to be multiples and some that we've already seen before. I have separated out of that. This is the huge ship damage deck, so you do get another copy of that, as you would expect. And over here are some of the solo AI cards for the Trident, and we'll go through those in just a moment. So let's crack on with the actual cards themselves. So first things first, we have the Colicoid Destroyer. This is the separatist ship card. So as we've already discussed, it is initiative 8 on movement and initiative 0 when it comes to shooting. Now, it does have an interesting ability. So you've got Tractor Grasp. After you perform a Tractor Tentacles attack that hits, the defender gains 1 Tractor token. So I'm sure we'll come on to that more in a moment, but that's an interesting ability there. So it has 3 shots out the front. It has 0 Agility, it has 10 hull, 4 shields with 1 recurring, and 3 energy, but with 2 recurring every round. Now it can obviously do the 2 actions like all huge ships. You've got focus, you've got red evade, you've got red reinforce, you've got target lock, and you've got red coordinate. So a lot of actions there that you can do, a lot of red actions, so got to be careful which way around you're going to do those. Now obviously, as we know, this is a Scum and Separatist pack, so we have the Scum variant, exactly the same details on there, just named the Lawless Pirates for this one, so all the same abilities. Now, moving on to some of the cards, we have Asajj Ventress, who is a command and crew card, Separatist or Scum huge ship. During the system phase, you may spend 1 force charge. If you do, each enemy ship in your forward arc at range 0 to 1 gains 1 strain token, unless it chooses to gain 1 jam token. And that gives you access to the focus purple coordinate as well. So quite an interesting ability there. Obviously debating whether they want to take the strain or the jam. So that is in the system phase, so it is easy to clear that strain token with a blue maneuver, but as to whether you had that already dialed in. Next we have General Grievous, Separatist huge ship only. During the engagement phase at Initiative 4, you may spend 1 charge to perform 1 bonus hardpoint attack. You can perform attacks against friendly ships. After you perform an attack, if the defender was destroyed, each friendly ship at range 0 to 2 of it may perform a calculate action. So that is an interesting one. Obviously being able to attack your own ship and obviously doing it at Initiative 4 right in the middle of the phase there. So that would be quite handy. That could be ahead of a lot of your droid swarms there if you have a low initiative droid swarm. So it'd be interesting to see how often we see that. I like that card. So we have Hondo Anaka. He now gets a huge ship card. Again, command crew. During the system phase, you may spend 1 charge and choose 1 friendly ship at range 0 to 1. Move 1 bounty or remote token from its ship card to your ship card, or from your ship card to its ship card. This gives you the white coordinate to jam action. So interesting. Not sure how often we will see that, but it could be quite handy. But have to wait and see on that one. We have Martuk, Separatists. After placing forces, choose 1 friendly wing of ships with calculate on their action bar and place that wing in reserve. During the end phase, you may place that wing within your deployment area or be on range 2 of an enemy ship. Then you may choose 1 enemy ship at range 0 to 1 of you. Each ship in that wing acquires a lock on it. That's a really good card actually, I like that. So bringing in a surprise wing and then them getting locks on it straight away, that is a really good action there. We have Riff Tamson, Separatist only. During the engagement phase at Initiative 5, you may spend 1 energy to perform a bonus hardpoint attack. After you perform an attack, if the defender was dealt 1 or more face-up damage cards, it gains 2 strain tokens. So very much looking to try and get those attacks in midway through the phase. So interesting abilities there. We get a copy of Stalwart Captain, so after you're destroyed, you are not removed until the end of the end phase. Quite handy considering most ships obviously will be shooting at Initiative 0. We get a copy of Strategic Commander. After a friendly ship at range 0 to 4 reveals its dial, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, it sets its dial to another maneuver of the same difficulty and speed. We get the Zealous Captain. During the engagement phase at Initiative 4, you may spend 1 energy to perform a bonus hardpoint attack. So I think we're seeing a running theme with a lot of these is giving those huge ships the chance to shoot midway through the phase. I think they sort of noticed that having them all shoot at the end means they could have been deprived of a lot of tokens. Tracking torpedoes. During the system phase, you may spend up to 3 charges to launch that many tracking torpedoes using the 3 left bank, 4 straight, and 3 right bank templates. Each device must use a separate template, then each device may acquire a lock on an object you have locked, ignoring range restrictions. Ion cannon battery. Equip this side face up. It's 4 attacks, range 2 to 4. Spend 1 charge. If the attack hits, the defender suffers 1 critical damage, and all hits and crit results inflict ion damage tokens after. And then we have the offline side for this. So you'd have to spend 2 energy to flip this card. Now I'm not going to go through all the offline cards for all of them. There's quite a few on there, but we do get ordnance tubes. So you can perform a torpedo or missile attacks only as bonus attacks. You must treat the forward requirement of the equipped turret or missile upgrade as the 180 arc. So bonus attack, perform a torpedo attack, bonus attack, perform a turret attack. Point battery defenses. So it's an arc attack. It's got the bow tie arc, 2 attack, range 1 to 2. So bonus attack, spend a charge, and you can do that 4 times. Gives you the white rotate action as well. Targeting battery, range 3 attack, range 2 to 5. Spend 1 charge after you perform an attack. This attack you may acquire a lock on the defender. Pretty good. Tractor tentacles. Now we're going to get to the interesting stuff. So this is a 2 rear arc. Missile range 1 to 2. Equip the side face up. Bonus attack, spend 1 charge. You get that 3 times. Now the offline, spend 1 charge to repair this card. We get the drill beak. This is a range 3 out the back. It's a 3 attacks are out the back, range 0 to 1. Equip this side face up. You can perform this attack at range 0. Spend 1 charge. If the attack range is 0, change all hits to crit results. That is crazy. So, yeah. This ship definitely likes to ram, and that would be why it has a 1 and 2 reverse maneuver. So not looking forward to that. Enhanced propulsion. Equip this side face up. At the start of the end phase, you may spend 2 charges to execute a white 2 forward or 1 left or right bank maneuver. Proton cannon battery. So it is a 4 dice attack in the bullseye, range 2 to 5. Bonus attack, change 1 result to a crit result. Spend 1 charge to change 1 hit result to a crit result. So that is quite powerful. Good job it's range 2 to 5. You wouldn't get any closer and have 5 dice coming at you. And you get a couple of copies of those. 3 copies to be exact. Now going back to some of your standard cards, we have the Novice Technician. We have your Seasoned Navigator. We have the Agile Gunner. Could be quite a handy card on the large base ships there. We have Hotshot Gunner. Corsair Crew. So this is a scum card. While you perform an attack against a standard ship, you may spend 1 hit result. If you do, the defender gains 1 deplete token. Now that's a team and gunner card, scum only. And you get 2 copies of those. We have the Bombardment Specialist. While you perform an attack, you may spend 1 calculate token to increase or decrease the range requirement by 1 to a limit of 0 to 5. And that gives you the white target lock to white calculate. Comms team, after you perform an action, you may spend up to 2 charges to coordinate that many additional ships at range 0 to 1 of the ship you coordinated. So you get white coordinate to white calculate, white jam to white calculate. Damage control team, before you engage, you may spend 1 or more charge to flip that many of your offline upgrade cards. Action, spend 1 or more energy to repair that many of your face-up ship damage cards. Droid crew separatists. While you perform a white focus action, treat it as red instead. At the start of the end phase, repair all of your face-up crew damage cards. That's really good. That is really good, actually. That's going to allow you to be very efficient. Interesting to see how many points that is. And you get 2 copies of those. Gunnery Specialist. While you perform a primary or hardpoint attack, you may spend 1 or more energy to reroll that many attack dice. So quite nice rerolling there. Ordnance Team. While you perform a reload action, you may spend up to 3 energy to reload that many additional charges on your equipped missile or torpedo upgrades. After you perform a reload action, you may spend 1 energy to remove 1 disarm token. Now I'll tell you what, I wish I could put that on my K-Wings. Sensor Experts. You can maintain up to 3 locks on different objects. After you perform a target lock action, you may spend up to 2 energy to acquire a lock on that many other objects at range 0 to 1 of the object you locked, ignoring range restrictions. Tractor Technician. During the end phase, each other ship at range 0 to 1 cannot remove its tractor tokens. Before a tractored enemy ship at range 0 to 1 reveals its dial, you may spend 1 energy. If you do, while that ship executes its maneuvers, this activation, it reduces the speed of that maneuver by 1 to a minimum of 1. And there are 3 copies in there. Now we've got Adaptive Shields. While another friendly ship at range 0 to 1 defends, if it is a smaller size than you, you may spend 1 shield or 2 energy to cancel 1 hit or 1 crit result. Now it's likely to be smaller than you, let's be honest. Boosted Scanners. When you lock, coordinate or jam, you may spend up to 3 energy to increase the range at which you can choose an object by 1 per energy spent this way, to a maximum of range 5. Optimized Power Core. After you execute a blue maneuver, recover 1 energy. Really efficient. Tabana Reserves. Spend 1 charge to recover 2 energy. Now we've got some of the titles. So this is the Trident-Class Assault Ship Grappler. While you perform a drill beak attack at attack range 1, if the defender is tracted, treat it as being at range 0 instead. That is really powerful. +2 hull, -1 shield. So if you do have them tracted, making it so that they're range 0 instead, means you're going to be sending a lot of hits to crits there with the drill beak attack. So this is the Scum Trident class, the Nautiland's Revenge. Before you engage, you may spend up to 2 calculate tokens. If you do, recover that many charges. So it's -2 hull, +1 shields, +1 charge. So that's going to be quite an efficient charge-based ship there. The Separatist variant, we've got the Neimoidian Grasp. After you perform an attack, you may perform a red evade action. While you defend, if you're evading, you may roll 1 additional defense die, -2 hull. So I think having that additional defense die if you are defending is going to be quite handy, especially if you are a -2 hull there. Another Separatist one, we have the Trident. After you overlap a ship or a ship overlaps you, if it is not tracted, you may spend 1 energy. If you do, it gains 3 tractor tokens. That is crazy. Now we have the tracking torpedoes. So a lot of text here. System phase. Relocate the remote forwards using the 3-bank or 4 straight template. Engagement phase. If an object on which this remote has a lock is in its forward arc at range 0 to 1, this remote detonates. End phase. If this remote does not have a lock on any object, it must acquire a lock on an object in its forward arc if able. After this remote is destroyed, roll 1 attack die. On a hit or crit result, it detonates. When this remote detonates, each ship, remote, and structure at range 0 or in its forward arc at range 1 rolls 4 attack dice and suffers 1 damage for each matching hit or crit result. It's got 3 evades and 4 hulls, so you're going to want to be shooting that down quite quickly. And you get 3 copies in there. Now you also get some turrets in here. So there are 4 turrets. This is a remote. System phase. Its controller may rotate this remote 90 or 180 degrees. This remote performs an attack against one ship in its forward arc at range 1 to 3. And now we have the quick build cards. So, Separatist Trident, the Lawless Pirates, and the final Separatist one, the Colloquy Destroyer. So that's the main cards you get in there. As we said, you do get the cards for the AI. No, I'm not going to go through them here, but I'm going to hold them up on the screen for you. So there we go, guys. That is the Trident-Class assault ship just released by FFG/AMG this weekend. It is a fantastic ship. I cannot wait to see this on the board. But anyway, guys, we're going to wrap the video up there. Hopefully we'll see this on the table very soon. If you like what we're doing here at Out of Arc Gaming, please don't forget you can support us on Patreon. The link is in the description below. But in the meantime, guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.